welcome back to my channel, Homemaking with Katrina. So it is official fall season. It is fall, and I told you guys that I was coming back with some fall recipes. I'm giving you four fall recipes today. So I'm going to give you 2 savory dishes for dinner, and then I'm going to give you 2 sweet desserts. Let's get started. I got a new camera, you guys, so I'm trying to get used to it. I'm not really liking it. I've got to work out the kinks. Everything looks kind of bright and hazy to me. I don't know why, but that's how it is with a new camera. But the first dessert I made, I think, twice on my channel already, but I always bring it back every year because I've got a lot of new people and I want to share. And I know sometimes I am the same way. You don't get to catch up with every video that someone has put out, binge watching, because life is so busy. But that's why I wanted to come with this recipe over again and then bring you guys a new recipe. So for the savory dish, I am doing a chicken, well, it's kind of like a roll-up stuffed chicken. It's chicken, cheesy jalapeno stuffed chicken. And it's with crescent roll dough, cheese, all the good stuff. Bacon, and it's going to bake in the oven, and it's going to be delicious. We're going to pair it with some green beans and some corn. And then our second recipe, we're going to do a beef tortellini, which is going to be good. I remember years and years ago at Olive Garden, I used to get this dish, and it was so good. So I'm going to recreate it because I feel like it's perfect for fall time and winter time, because it's just a really heavy meal, and it just helps when you've been out in the cold and you want to have something that's just really warm and hearty. And we're going to have it with some garlic Parmesan ciabatta bread and a fruit salad. And so for the first dessert is like a recreation of what I've done before, and it is my apple dumplings with homemade caramel glaze. They are so good, they're so easy, and you probably already have these ingredients in your house. And if you don't, they're very inexpensive to buy. And then the second dessert is going to be a pumpkin sour cream saute cake. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but I am doing a pumpkin flavored saute cake because what better time now? Pumpkin bread, pumpkin pie, pumpkin, all this kind of stuff. And this is a dessert that you can have, and I've got some vanilla ice cream, but you can put a glaze on top, you can put a caramel drizzle on top, you can eat it plain, you can even eat it for breakfast with coffee, because if you eat donuts and coffee cake, you can eat this too. It's one of those things that can be done, or just dessert, or you can save it and bring it to a holiday function that's coming up. We've got so many fall festivals that's coming up now. We've got Thanksgiving next month. We've got Christmas after that, so we're starting these fall recipes. So I'm going to give you 4 recipes, 2 desserts, 2 savory dishes, 2 dinners or lunch, whatever. Yeah. The first recipe that we are going to whip up, of course, is going to be the crescent roll jalapeno cheddar bacon chicken bake. You'll just need, of course, some crescent roll. I just got some off-brand. You don't have to buy the expensive kind. It all tastes the same. You'll need cheddar cheese. I did a rotisserie chicken, but you can just boil some chicken breasts and shred it up if that's what you want to do. I'm using some Applewood smoked bacon. You can use bacon bits if you want. You need, of course, some jalapenos, and you can make this on your own, but I just grabbed this cheesy Alfredo pasta sauce because we're going to doctor it up and it's going to taste amazing. And that's all for that first dish. And then I'm going to pair it with some green beans and some corn, or I may just do green beans. So that's our first savory warm meal. You do not have to, of course, use green beans. You can use whatever vegetable that you want to use for our first fall meal. Now on to our first dessert. We are doing a pumpkin sakatumi cake. So all the ingredients. Can you get me that sour cream? Michaela's giving me the sour cream because you can't make a sakatumi cake unless you have sour cream. I'm doing the box edition. I have, of course, made the homemade one, and to me, it was really no difference because once you add all the ingredients, it is super moist. It tastes identical to a scratch cake. So you'll just get the butter yellow recipe, follow the instructions as far as the butter. I'm going to add an extra egg, and instead of water, I'm doing evaporated milk. You'll need, of course, about 3 to 4 tablespoons of pumpkin. Make sure that your pumpkin is kind of drained. You don't want it wet. You'll need chopped pecans, some vanilla extract, some cinnamon, some brown sugar, and sour cream. That's what you'll need for that dessert. Now on to our next savory meal. This is the beef tortellini. So you need, of course, you can use ribeye, whatever good choice of beef that you like, whatever beef. I'm using a chuck roast. You'll need some freshly grated Parmesan, some cheese tortellini, some beef broth, some diced tomatoes, and some heavy cream. That's what you'll need for that. Simple ingredients. Now on to our last sweet dessert. So we are doing apple dumplings. So of course you'll need some of these crescent rolls again. So if you're going to make all this in one day, just go ahead and just buy 4. You'll need crescent rolls, and you'll need apples that are nicely diced up. I'm going to put some, so they won't brown. I'm going to put some lemon juice on them because you don't want them to turn brown. And then you'll need cinnamon, you'll need vanilla and butter and brown sugar. And then when it's time for us to make the caramel sauce, I'm going to give you that. You'll need a can of sweetened condensed milk and evaporated milk. That is it. So we're going to go ahead and get all this stuff started. I'm going to get started on this roast first because it needs, of course, some hours. So I'm going to go ahead and sear this up in my Dutch oven. I'm just going to season it with just regular salt, pepper, garlic, seasonings, and a little bit of beef broth, and let that cook in the oven for about 3.5 hours until fork tender, to where you can pull it apart. And then I am going to get the cake on. And yeah, because you don't want to have, be trying to put all this stuff in there when you got a cake to bake. And this cake, it bakes for, I think, 45 minutes. I'm not exactly sure right now, but I will let you know exactly. I'm going to set it for 40 minutes, and then we'll go from there. wanted to come on here to show you guys the streusel part of the cake that makes it the sock it to me or whatever. You need, of course, a ½ cup of pecans. You can use walnut if you don't like pecans. 2 tablespoons of flour. And a ½ cup of brown sugar. Okay, and we're just going to mix this up. Okay, now I have sprayed my bundt pan, and I'm going to add half of the cake. And half of it. And then the streusel. And then you add the remaining of the cake on top. And it's going to bake, like I said, for about 40 minutes, 35 to 40 minutes, until toothpick clean or until I'm just gonna cover it up like this. Just cover up that. And then we're going to get some more of that streusel. Put on top. It looks good already. I'm excited. So this is how it looks. And it's going in the oven. And we'll see it when it comes out. Okay, so I've got the dessert in the oven. I have prepped everything, and I'm going to show you in a second. But I just wanted to show you, these were the green beans. These are the frozen green beans that I just put it in a casserole dish. For you new subbies, welcome to the family. Thank you guys so much for coming over here. But if you are been here for a while, you know that I like to cook a lot of my vegetables and my rice in the oven, because it just cooks so good, and it saves you so much time to do other things or just to sit and chill. So what I do is I put, you can do can also, of course, can is already cooked, so you need less time, but you just put it in a casserole dish of your choice of how much you're going to feed. I did 2 bags because I'm feeding 11 people, but I did butter, a little bit of olive oil, chicken bouillon seasoning, a little bit of water, of course, not too much because you don't want, flavorless green beans full of water. a little bit of brown sugar, onion powder, garlic powder, minced onion, garlic, pepper seasoning, and that is it. Oh, and some paprika, I'm sorry. And that is it, and I'm just going to give it a stir, and you do not have to cover this because they will not like dry out. They're going to cook, and I'll show you guys how they come out, but they work every time. They take about 30 to 40 minutes in the oven because they are, of course, fresh green beans, the fresh / blanched. So they're cooked, but they're not cooked all the way to my liking. Let me put it like this, because you can eat them like this and just steam them, you know. But we like our green beans cooked all the way. They won't be bust open or anything like that, but they will be cooked. They'll be darker in color, of course, and different. And I've got to add one more thing. I'm going to add some Italian seasoning. I always add Italian seasoning to my green beans. And it just gives so much flavor. And so this will go in the oven along with the casserole. So we've got our roast in the oven that's going to cook some hours, and I showed you all the ingredients for that. I'm going to get ready to start on the second dessert, and we will go from there. Okay, so now on to our stuffed crescent rolls, chicken jalapeno cheddar stuffed crescent rolls. It's like a casserole because it's going to have a sauce. Of course, I showed you you'll need, depending on the size. I am saying for my little boys, which are 5 and 3, they may eat 2 of these. They may eat 1. But I make 2 of these because it comes with, let me see, 8. So there'll be 16 in all. Stuffed with meat, cheese, and chicken. Now, I've got some bacon. I will put bacon on the ones. My husband does not eat pork, so I will not put it on his. So I'll leave his without it. But you don't need to add the bacon on there until the end. I'm gonna, I've just put it in the air fryer. I'm gonna crunch up, like kind of cut up the pieces because I want the bacon to be smaller because it's pretty much like bacon bits. So I cook this in the air fryer. I'm going to set it to the side. I know some pieces look burnt and some pieces are, and I won't put those in there. This is the rotisserie chicken. I took the skin off of it, chopped it up. I de-seeded my jalapenos, chopped them up. I've got 2 cups of sharp cheddar cheese. I got a seasoning blend, and I've got my cream cheese. And then, of course, you know that we're going to pour this on top. Oh, it's going to be so delicious. So we're going to get this assembled and get in the oven and get the first meal down. The rest of them wrapped. I have it in this big pan, cake pan or whatever. They're not wrapped. They don't look beautiful, but that's okay because they're going to taste good. I'm so excited about this. So what we're going to do right now is pour, of course, this creamy Alfredo sauce on top, and then we're going to bake it. Out and it is cooled. This is the glaze I'm gonna put on top. All I do is powdered sugar, a little bit of evaporated milk. You can use heavy cream or regular milk, and some vanilla, and that's it. And so I'm gonna put it on top and then show you guys the finished product. Pumpkin socket tuna cake. Okay, so if this is not fall, I don't know what is. So I cannot wait any longer. I'm gonna cut a slice. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna cut a slice and put it on a plate and show you guys how everything looks. Do you see that? The streusel all the way through the cake. The cake is super moist. Oh my goodness, you guys. I know my hand's ashy, but it just looks so good. It's so moist. So I'm gonna put it on a plate. This cake is so good. It's so buttery and so moist. Hold on. It tastes the streusel inside. This is a must try. Of course, if you don't like pumpkin, you don't have to make it with pumpkin. You can just make it just the way it is. It's not a real strong pumpkin flavor, so if you're not into pumpkin pie or anything like that, it doesn't taste like that. It doesn't taste like, it has a hint of pumpkin, but it's like a spice. It has like a spice flavor. It's really, really good.
It's pumpkin cake.
Really good.
Mom, can I taste? Mom, can I taste? Mom, can I taste?
I can't wait to show you guys once the meal comes out. I'm going to serve this cake up because you know around here we eat dessert before dinner.
Mom, can I taste?
Hold on, y'all. We just can't wait. So our meat is fork tender. It looks so good. It cooked about 3.5 hours. Right now I'm going to add all of the ingredients like I showed you. I'm going to add the cream, the tomatoes, and the tortellini. And I'm just going to let that simmer, top it with cheese, and I'm going to serve it up with the ciabatta bread. Okay, so this is how once you add the cream, it's so flavorful. The tortellini and the tomatoes, and I just added a little bit more garlic pepper seasoning. It's seasoned to perfection. You don't need any salt, no anything. And then I'll top it with this fresh Parmesan cheese once the tortellini is cooked. The tortellini is, it says it's the fresh tortellini. It's probably, oh, it says 5 to 7 minutes, so perfect. And I'm going to make a salad, and while that is cooking the tortellini, I'm going to make the warm ciabatta bread. I'm going to show you guys what I am using for to put on the ciabatta bread. So I've cut up my ciabatta bread. I'm actually going to half it because they are just like big loaves. This is some soft, fresh ciabatta bread that I bought at Food Lion. This is what I am using, this garlic. Oh, what I want to use. Okay. But thank God my counters are clean. I'm just going to brush it. And, yeah. And then bake it. Okay guys, so on to our second and final sweet dessert. These are the apple dumplings. You will need, of course, some apples diced up to your liking. You can leave them whole. You can leave the skin on, whatever you prefer. You'll need a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, a couple of dashes of cinnamon, and of course, a tablespoon of pure vanilla extract. Just mix this up very well. You don't have to worry about cooking them because they will cook in the oven. They will still have a firm texture. They will not be soft and mushy and overcooked. They will bake for 30 minutes on a 375-degree oven. You will roll these up in your crescent dough, or you can do pie crust, or you can do, of course, puff pastry, whatever you like. This is the best. I love it. And then you'll put it in a baking dish. You'll put 1 stick of melted butter and 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream. And that is it. Okay, so now on to our caramel sauce. This is homemade, so easy. You'll need 1/2 stick of unsalted butter, and you'll just let this melt and kind of brown a little bit, and then you're gonna add a cup of brown sugar, and of course a cup of heavy whipping cream, vanilla, a pinch of salt at the end, and that is it. It will simmer, of course, and bubble up. You want it to cook about 5 to 7 minutes. Do not let it scorch or over bubble, and put it in a container to cool, and we'll serve it on the side. You can even use this for your coffee, ice cream topping. You can do all kinds of stuff with this. I'm telling you, it is the best of the best. Yes. Here they go. They are out. Don't they look amazing, you guys? Oh my goodness. When I tell you these were so delicious, they were so delicious. And I served them up with Bluebell's vanilla ice cream, and they were devoured. Yes. Everybody loved them. They're always a hit. I only make them typically around fall time. I don't know why. To me, they just hit differently. I don't know why, versus if I was to make them any other time of the year. That's just a staple in my house. That's why I'm giving you guys this recipe, so it can become one of yours. Please let me know if you try it. And yeah. But I'm going to show you this last dish, and we're going to go ahead and end this video. But I hope these recipes are fall-inspired recipes, and that you try them and put them on your table. Talk to you guys in the comments. See you next video. Bye.